Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. and we are getting ready to do Wikipedia that. Fire it up. Who'd like to read? Morgan, take it away. Right. Go ahead. You will learn about parts of the URL. What's URL stand for? Yeah, the URL of a YouTube video. It's the address of a web page, right? That's called a uniform resource locator. Yeah. Well, it's going to the location on a server on a web page. You with me? So if I go to www.facebook.com, where am I going to go to? Facebook, right? That is the URL. And most URLs have HTTP :/ in front of it. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That's a test question. www. Stands for World Wide Web. Okay? URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. There's Lily, ladies and gentlemen. Looking awesome today. Whoop, whoop. And, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot tell, it is Valentine's Day, and people are ready to go today. All right, so you guys can see her implementation here. She has a side-by-side design. Do you think that's going to be good? No, I don't. Don't think that's going to be good at all. Morgan, are you going to draw today? You going to draw the design? Let's go ahead and take out your design paper, and we're going to start drawing this up. Everybody needs engineering design paper. Go ahead and go to your notebook, pull a sheet out from the back. Yes. Just restart the machine. Probably power down. Yeah. Yeah, so basically what we're doing here is we're going to make a small Google page here, right? So what is in this? Do you guys see how this is a text box? Okay, and I can type in dogs. Okay. And by the way, this is the URL, right? Okay. This is the URL, the Uniform Resource Locator. Questions? What? Go to a different sheet. Yeah. What if you're on a phone? What? Well, you're going to be on a phone doing this. That's why we're making a mobile app. So we want to make, let's go back to Google homepage, right? We want to make this this is a text box. What is this, by the way? This is a button, right? So I'm going to make this, and I want to make my bar up top look just like this. So if I go back here, that is essentially what I'm making. Who understands that? I want to have a text box in here so I can type in dogs, puppies, do my search. What do I want to search for? Okay. And then this is going to be my Google microphone here. So we could say, look up puppies. All right, who's with me on that? All right, so I'm going to go get a different color here. Okay. I'm not going to recommend the side-by-side like she wanted. Do you see how she wanted this side-by-side here? What do you think is going to be wrong with this side-by-side? When you look in puppies, you look up puppies on the internet. Nobody? Okay, so Have you guys ever done this before? Okay, so let's say you have a really skinny screen, and I type in puppies. Is that easy to read? No. Okay. What's better? I think that's better. And if I go do this, let me see if I can drag it up. It's not going to let me go down. But, you know, if I make this, you know, if I could make this, you know, let me see if I can. It's not letting me drag it to where I want. It's not letting me come up. But if I can move that up, are you with me? There we go. So this is going to be better. Are you with me? If I could have two small ones up here, if I could have two small ones up here, I think that's going to be better than having them really thin and long. Are you with me? Because when we're reading information, you know, we want to read as much information as we can when we're looking on the internet, because that's what you do on the internet, right? So we're going to recommend to Tanya, hey, Tanya, I don't recommend that we go side by side here. This is not a good concept. I recommend that we go over under, okay? So let's go back here. So we're going to recommend, this is going to be a web viewer, okay? And we're going to call this one WBV Google. This will be where we'll find our Google information with fill parent, height. Actually, I take that back. I don't think these have widths, and I don't think they have. If I recall, I don't think these have widths and heights. Okay, so I just think we need another. Yes. And then I'll put a different one underneath here. Okay. This next box is going to be a web viewer. That was a terrible E. Web viewer. And this is going to be WBV Wikipedia. Can I just say wiki? Would you guys know if I just say wiki what it means, or do you need me to say? Do you guys know what wiki is? Okay. All right. What's that? Yeah, there's no width and height to them, is there? Which, that's great, Wyatt. I'm glad you're doing that, but I want you to do your engineering design paper. All right, don't go ahead of me here. All right, what buttons do we need down here? Let's go back to her design, see what she needed. A go button, so a go search, right? Yeah, so this would be like a go search button. So I'm going to put like an hourglass in here. You guys with me on that? So this is going to be BTN search. Width is going to be like, I don't know, 48 by 48. If I recall, wait a second. If I recall, we need a lot of room here. So I might have to make these like 30 by 30 and make them pretty small. Okay. 30, height, 30. So what else do we have? Do you guys remember on a web page? What else do you have on web pages? You guys remember there was like a go back button? Save websites, okay? So this is going to be BTN go back. Yeah, that's not a reset button, okay? We could have another button over here. That would be a forward button, okay? So BTN forward. We could have a reset button. Oh, we could have a home button. BTN, not really. It's not really called BTN. It's really called home. Okay, where you could put a little house in here. it's going to go back to the original homepage. Just like it would basically reset your search, so you're not typing in puppies anymore. It could blank out the bar. Um, it could take us back to the homepage. Yeah. What? Clear history. You guys want to save the history? If we want to save the history, then what we need down here is we need. You want to clear the history? Okay, so btn clear. I'll just put an X in here. btn clear history. Okay. So what do we need down here at the bottom? We need a speech recognizer. Gotta have text to speech. Text to speech. Gotta have that in there. I can't think right now. We need a database in here. Okay. We need a database. We need a database to record the history. Okay. Are you with me? All the places that you've been to. What else do we need? Anything else? I'm feeling lucky. Yeah, you could do the I'm feeling lucky button if you want. You could put it up here. I'm feeling extra lucky. There you go. I think this is pretty good. This is this is a pretty simple app, so I think we should just go ahead and start and get our GUI done today. We can do our code tomorrow. The code is very short on this app, and then I want to finish this app right away so we can get into our final project. Are you with me? The sooner we finish this app, the sooner we get to our final project, and the more days you guys can have on your final project and make something awesome. Okay? Here we go. Let's build. Are we doing red? No, because we've not done anything like this. Okay? So there is nothing in this that we're going to do that's really similar to it. So I'm going to go to projects, start a new project, and we're going to call this, did you put that on the board? This project is called WikiThat 1_2_2. This is period 1, quarter 3, 2017. We got to have the name of it on our, we got to know what we're, yes. Okay. I can't speed it up. Okay, so we're going to go to projects, start a new project. I'm going to call it WikiThat 1_2_2. And you guys don't need this, but I'm going to put in here period 1, quarter 3, _2017. And we get a new project. So here we go. Across the top, what do we need? Horizontal arrangement. Okay. Let's call that 8A search. And in there, the width is going to be fill parent. And the background color is going to be none. And that's it. Inside of here, yeah, let's go ahead and center. Inside of here, we're going to put in a text box. Okay, make sure this is a text box. Let's rename this TXB search bar. It's my search bar. I want a capital S on that. Lowercase b, capital S. Search bar. Okay, there's my search bar. Next to it, we're going to put a little tiny round Google voice button. Okay, BTN voice. And we're going to make that nice and small. Height, probably like 30 pixels. Width, 30 pixels. Shapes, an oval. No text. And let's go back to the search bar. Let's make it pretty big. So let's go with fill parent. There we go. Now I've got a text box. We're gonna make this look just like Google, right? So if I would go back to Google homepage, that's a cute dog right there. Wow. If I go back to Google homepage, I'm making this bar right here. You guys with me? Google search. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling playful. What is that? I'm feeling curious. What? That's weird. Okay. That heart is pounding because it's Valentine's Day. Right, Lily? No, I'm not. Okay. All right, next. What's next? I need a web viewer. Okay. Web viewer number 1. Web viewer number 2. Okay. So I was right. You don't need widths and heights on these. The first one is WBV Google. What's going to go in there? Next one, WBV Wiki. Are you guys good with Wiki, or do I need to type out Wikipedia? I'll type out Wikipedia just so that you guys, I'm very clear. Except I did not spell it right. Wikipedia. Wikipedia, that is correct. All right, now underneath that, we need a layout. Horizontal goes underneath there. That'll move that up a little bit. Width, fill parent. Background colors, none. Centered. And let's put some buttons in there. Button 1, button 2, button 3, and button 4. Okay. First button is BTN Home. We're going to go home with that. I think we're going to have to go pretty small here, 30 by 30. And shapes an oval. Text, none. That's what I just did. When you have the width and height are exactly the same on an oval, you get a perfect circle, right? Next button. BTN back. Next button. I guess I'll stay there. So go to the back button. Heights 30 by 30. And the reason why I'm making these buttons so small is that we need as much room for the web viewers as we can. Shapes an oval. Text is none. How are we doing on this? You guys getting this? Yeah, BTN search. Go search. Okay. Width 30. Height 30. Shapes an oval. Text is none. Last button, BTN forward. Height 30. That's a good. Let's go HA lower panel. Okay, I like that. HA lower panel because that's my lower panel of buttons. Are you with me on that? Uh, height 30 pixels. What am I on? No, I want automatic. Um, I went to the wrong one. I want to go back to forward. Okay, here we go. 30 by 30, shapes an oval, text is none. All right, so I'm going to stop the tape here. We're going to go out and get some images. I want the Google Voice icon here, and I want a home, back, search, and forward. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. I'm going to do a little bit of work here. I want this forward button to be exactly like my back button, so I'm going to edit this with GIMP, and I'm just going to rotate it. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate this button here. Could have used that button there. Wouldn't be cool. So here I am in GIMP. I open it up in GIMP. I'm going to right click, go to image, transform, and flip horizontally. Now I got a forward button. File, export as. Forward.png. Export it. And we're ready to load these in. So let's go back to MIT. Oh, no, I forgot my voice button. Okay, so now I just add these in. Here's my BTN voice. Image, upload, choose a file. I want to go back to my document, so I go to the same place every time. 16.3 wiki voice. Voila, that's done. This is my home. Upload, choose a file. Home. Voila. Done. That's a little small, but that's okay. Image for my back button. Choose a file. There's back. That's done. This is my search icon. And I want an hourglass. Not an hourglass, it's a magnifying glass. And then my last one, forward button. Forward button is here. I kind of wish we had one more button, then my search button would be in the middle. Are you with me on that? Oh, that's a good idea. So you did that. Search home. Yeah, I like that. That's a lot better. I like that. Okay, then we only need 4. That's fine. All right, so that is our GUI. That's our GUI. And if you want to put in a background, you can. Yeah, so we can just put in a cool background if you want. So we can go to Google and so let's look up search web. Search web icon. Yeah, these are cool. Here's Google, Bing, LinkedIn. That's cool. No, you don't. I like this dude right here. View image. Nine minutes left. So you're gonna go here. I'm gonna go to screen 1, background, choose a file. There's my dude. And there you go. There you go. That's my guy searching my net. There, my internet. And we're ready to rock and roll. So, think about it, guys. Um, we we read, we did an engineering design, and we created a GUI in the same class, and we still have about 10 minutes left in this class. Are you with me? So that's where you guys, this is how much progress you guys have had. We forgot our invisible components. What do we need in here? Media, text to speech, speech recognizer. What about a sound? We could do a sound, like when they click on a button and it finds it. Yeah, let's go look see what a data. We could always shake it and go back to the home page too if we wanted to. Barcode scanner, orientation sensor, social, sharing, Twitter. Yeah, we need a tiny DB. Okay, a tiny DB is a web database, or the tiny web database. You can put in either one of those. Okay. And then we can save our searches in there. Are you with me on that? So happy coding, keep calm, and code on. 26 minutes.